Hello students, how are you all? Today, let's continue the chapter, A Gift of Chappals. What is the secret that Meena shares with Mridu in the backyard? Meena shared the secret of having a kitten in the backyard inside a torn football lined with sacking and filled with sand. They found him outside the gate in the morning. How does Ravi get milk for the kitten? For getting milk for the kitten, Ravi told Patti that he is hungry. When she saw him with glass of milk, Patti got suspicious. So Ravi had to drink most of the milk and told Patti that he will wash the tumbler by himself. After that, Ravi ran and poured the milk into the coconut shell and then ran back to wash the tumbler. Before Patti got really find out it. Who does he say the kitten's ancestors are? Do you believe in him? He said the kitten's ancestor was the Mahabalipuram Rishi cat, which was the emblem of the Pallava dynasty, and the Mahabalipuram Rishi cat was descendants of the cat goddess of Egypt. No, I don't believe him. Ravi has a lot to say about MP Pune. This shows that he is merely trying to impress Mridu. His knowledge of history is sound. He has a rich imagination. He is an intelligent child. Which of these statements do you agree or disagree to it? I agree to these statements. His knowledge of history is sound. He has a rich imagination. What was the noise that startled Mridu and frightened Mahindran? The sound of screeching startled Mridu and frightened Mahindran. It was the sound of violin that Lalli was learning to play. The music master is making lovely music. Read aloud the sentence in the text that expresses this idea. The music master's note seemed to float up and settle perfectly into the invisible tracks of the melody. It was like the wheels of a train fitting smoothly into the rails and whizzing along. This sentence in the text that expresses the idea that the music master is making lovely music. Had the beggar come to Rukmani's house for the first time? Give reasons for your answers. No, the beggar had not come to Rukmani's house for the first time because Patti said to Thapi that he had been coming in their house every day for the past week and it's time to found him another house to beg from. A sharp V-shaped line had formed between her eyebrows. What does it suggest to you about Rukmani's mouth? V-shaped eyebrow is formed only when people are in anger. This suggests that Rukmani was very angry in mood when she came to know about the missing chappals of the music teacher. Now let's work with text. Complete the following sentences. Ravi compares Lalli's playing the violin to dash. Trying to hide beneath the tray of chilies, Mahindran dash. The teacher played a few notes on his violin and Lally dash. The beggar said that the kind ladies of the household dash. After the lesson was over, the music teacher asked Lally if dash. Ravi compares Lally's playing the violin to derailing of the train going completely off track. Trying to hide beneath the tray of chilies, Mahindran tipped a few chilies over himself. The teacher played a few notes on his violin and Lally stumbled behind him on her violin, which looked quite helpless and unhappy in her hands. The beggar said that the kind ladies of the household kept his body and soul together on their generosity for a whole week. He could not believe that they would turn him away. After the lesson was over, the music teacher asked Lally if she had seen his chappals. Describe the music teacher as seen from the window. As seen from the window, music teacher had the bony figure. He had a mostly bald head with a fringe of oiled black hair falling around his ears and an old-fashioned tuft. A gold chain gleamed around his leathery neck and a diamond ring glittered on his hand. As it glided up and down the stem of the violin. A large foot stuck out from beneath his gold-bordered veshti edge, and he was beating time on the floor with the scrawny big toe. What makes Mridu conclude that the beggar has no money to buy chappals? What does she suggest to show her concern? Mridu conclude that the beggar had no money to buy chappals because his feet were blistered. She suggested Mridu and Ravi about the pair of old slippers so that they could give it to the beggar. Have you children? She began, and then seeing they were curiously quiet, went on more slowly. Seen anyone lurking around the veranda? What do you think Rukumani really wanted to ask? Why did she change her question? What did she think had happened? Rukmani actually wanted to ask the children if they had seen the music master's slippers. She changed her question because children were curiously quiet and she suspected that children must have done something with chappals. She thought that the children have given the music master's chappals to that old beggar. On getting Gopu Mama's chappals, the music teacher tried not to look too happy. Why? The music teacher tried not to look happy because he did not want to reveal his happiness of getting new chappals of Gopu Mama to others. He wanted to show that his own chappals were more expensive and branded one. Actually, he was very happy after getting Gopu Mama's chappals. On getting a gift of chappals, the beggar vanished in a minute. Why was he in such a hurry to leave? On getting a gift of chappals, the beggar vanished in a minute because he did not want to lose the gift of those chappals. His feet were blistered and he couldn't have got anything better from that house. Walking towards the kitchen with Mridu and Meena, Rukmani began to laugh. What made her laugh? Gopu Mama, always in such a hurry to throw off his shoes and socks and get into his chappals as soon as he comes home. Rukmani began to laugh while thinking about the reaction of her husband after hearing this incident, and when he came to know about that they had given his new chappals to the music teacher. Now we will watch one video.
Now we are going to take up conditional sentences for our study. Conditional sentences have a special verbal structure. A conditional sentence is one in which you have a conditional clause, what you generally call if clause. If he approaches me, I will help him. You have two clauses here. If he approaches me is a conditional clause. If the condition is fulfilled, what will happen? I will help. So, in the conditional clause, you will have a condition, and if the condition is fulfilled, what will happen? If it rains, I won't go out. Here, the condition clause is if it rains. If it rains, what will happen? I won't go out. There are three types of conditional sentences. They are probable conditional clauses, improbable conditional clauses, and impossible conditional clauses. In a probable condition, you make a condition. You simply say that if this condition is fulfilled, I will do something. Examples: if you want, I will come with you. I will be with you if you take care of me. If it rains, we will have a good harvest. Here, you don't say whether it will happen or not. All that is implied is, if this condition is fulfilled, the rest will follow. In the probable condition, in the if clause, you have to use simple present. In simple future, if you want, I will give you money. If clause, if you want, it is in the simple present. Main clause, I will give you money. It has to be in the simple future. The condition in a probable condition clause is an open one or a likely condition. If clause can also be in the present continuous or present perfect. If you're looking for the newspapers, you will find them there. If you have finished reading, we will go for a walk. In the main clause, we can also use may, can, must, and should. If you have finished the work, you can go. If you want the job, you must work hard. If you don't come, I may not go. Improbable condition. The second conditional clause or sentence is improbable. It is otherwise called closed or unlikely condition. What we mean by improbable is that the condition is not likely to be fulfilled. Examples: if I had money, I would go around the world. The implied meaning is that I don't have money, so there is no chance of me going around the world. If I were the Prime Minister, I would abolish all democratic rights. But the problem is that I am not the Prime Minister. If I were a bird, I would fly. I'm not a bird and I can't fly. In this improbable condition, the if clause will be in the simple past. The main clause will be modal, would, followed by bare infinitive. If I worked hard, I would pass. In the if clause, we make use of simple past. In the main clause, you have would followed by bare infinitive. The implication here is that I am not capable of hard working, so I am not going to pass. Let me give you another example. If I spoke Latin, would you understand? This is an improbable condition as the if clause is in the simple past. And the main clause as model would followed by bare infinitive. The implication is I can't speak Latin, and even if I speak Latin, you can't understand. Both probable and improbable conditions refer to the future. But there is third one, what we call impossible condition clause. This condition clause does not refer to the future, but it refers to the past. This is also called unfulfilled conditional clause. If you had come earlier, you could have met the principal. Unfortunately, you did not come, so you didn't meet the principal. If she had not committed silly mistakes, she would have won the prize.
See, what is the principal spelling? Principal, principal. Here by mistake it was given as principal. Okay, the correct spelling is principal, principal. Okay.
But she committed silly mistakes and she did not win the prize. So it refers to a past action. The condition was not carried out. Past condition was not carried out, and so there was a failure. In the impossible condition, if you apologize, you will escape. So here it is a probable condition. If you apologized, you would escape. Here it is an improbable condition. Here the speaker does not think that the person would apologize, so the chances of his escaping are less. If you had apologized, you would have escaped. This is impossible condition. Unfortunately, he had not apologized, and so he had not escaped. Another three combinations. If he seeks help, I will help him. This is probable condition. You simply state a condition, and if the condition is fulfilled, you will help him. If he sought help, I would help him. This is an improbable condition. Here, the speaker suggests that the other person would not seek his help, so the chances of him helping are less. If he had sought help, I would have helped him. Impossible condition. Here, the implication is that he did not seek help, so he was not helped. Look at this sentence now. If it had rained, I would have taken an umbrella. What type of conditional clause it is? Yes, it is an impossible condition. Why? You have past perfect in the if clause, would followed by have, and past participle in the main clause. Can you make it into probable and improbable condition? You can do it. If it rains, I will take an umbrella. That is probable condition. If it rained, I would take an umbrella. That is improbable condition. Now look at this sentence. If you want to meet the chairman, you must get prior permission. What type of conditional sentence it is? Yes, it is the probable condition, because you have simple present in the if clause and the futuristic in the main clause. How do you make it into improbable? If you wanted to meet the chairman, you should get prior permission.
Again here one more spelling mistake, that is chairman spelling should be CHAIRMAN, chairman.
Because you have simple present in the if clause and the futuristic in the main clause. How do you make it into improbable? If you wanted to meet the chairman, you should get prior permission. What about the impossible? If you had wanted to meet the chairman, you must have got prior permission. Look at another example. If the driver had been careful, he could have avoided the accident. What type of condition it is? Impossible condition. How to make it into probable and improbable? If the driver is careful, he can avoid the accident. That is a probable condition. Was careful, he would avoid the accident. That is an improbable condition.
Hope you have enjoyed this video, except two spelling mistakes, that is one for principal and another word is chairman. That's it. Otherwise this video is really nice, that's why I have selected this. Now it's our work chunk. Read the following sentences. If she knows we have a cat, Patty will leave the house. She won't be so upset if she knows about the poor beggar with sores on his feet. If the chappals do fit, will you really don't mind? Notice that each sentence consists of two parts. The first part begins with if. It is known as if clause. Rewrite of the following pairs of sentences as a single sentence. Use if at the beginning of the sentence. Walk fast, you will catch the bus. If you walk fast, you will catch the bus. Don't spit on the road, you will be fined. If you spit on the road, you will be fined. Don't tire yourself now. You won't be able to work in the evening. Now, I'm just reading the questions. Please guess the answers. Study regularly. You will do well in the examination. Work hard. You will pass the examination in the first division. Be polite to people. They will also be polite to you. Don't tease the dog. It will bite you. The answers are: if you tire yourself now, you won't be able to work in the evening. If you study regularly, you will do well in the examination. If you work hard, you will pass the examination in the first division. If you are polite to people, they will also be polite to you. If you tease the dog, it will bite you. Now let's do one small fill in the blanks. There are so much of clue words also given here. I have already filled the answers. Let me read the answer. Today is Sunday. I am wondering whether I should stay at home or go out. If I go out, I will miss the lovely Sunday lunch at home. If I stay for lunch, I will miss the Sunday film showing at Archana Theatre. I think I will go out and see the film only to avoid getting too fat. Complete each sentence below by appropriately using any one of the following. That is, if you want to, if you don't want to, if you want him to. These are the clues. Read the question. I hope you have got the answer. If not, you can pause the video by this second and you can try the answer on your own. If not, then you can go to my answer. Wait. Don't go to the theatre if you don't want to. He will post a letter if you want him to. Please use my pen if you want to. He will lend you his umbrella if you want him to. My neighbor Ramesh will take you to the doctor if you want him to. Don't eat if you don't want to. Hope you have learned this thing. Thank you. Bye bye. See you.